Coach, day one, take us through the emotions, just being back, and how you feeling?
Feel great. Yeah, it's very obvious that kids had a really good summer, came in great shape. They look great. Really good effort today, a lot of energy. Really pleased with day one.
What have you seen from your quarterback so far after spring camp, now their fall camp? Have you noticed any improvement in their
Well, it's
ability?
it's too early to tell. We're going to continue to rep them with the ones and twos and go back and forth and get the receivers where we need them to be as well and get everybody on the same page. So that evaluation is going to go quite a while, I'm sure.
A lot of new faces out here, including some freshmen. Just what have you seen from their conditioning and their ability to keep up with some of these older guys?
They're awesome. They were here early in summer, did a really good job with our program, and you can't even tell, really. You can't tell that they're freshmen. We have a lot of really talented young guys, so I anticipate some of them are going to break into the lineup.
And obviously, 30 days out from the season opener, what's the energy like around this team right now?
The energy's great. Really the focus isn't on our first game. It's really about what we do every day, how we prepare, all the details. That's what we'll focus on. And then, as we get a week and a half out, then we'll start turning our attention to the week.
Coach, why the late start compared with other years with practice? Why not start at 8 o'clock? What's the reason for starting at 10?
We've always started like this. Later in camp, in fall camp, we've started later. As we get into the season, we'll start at 8:30, but we're not in school right now, so we can practice later. Typically when we're in school, when we start school, we try to be finished by 10:30, 10:45, right? But in camp, we don't have school, so we come we let them sleep in a little bit more and eat a good breakfast. They eat 3 hours before practice, so they get a good breakfast, and then walkthroughs and activation, and so it's a good time to go 10 to 12 or 10 to 1 will be our practice times.
I know you were just kind of asked about how the guys look, but from a conditioning standpoint, from where they were in spring to now when the coaches get their hands on them again, are they where you want them to be right now?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're in great shape. They're in great shape. They look great. They're bigger, they're stronger. We're as strong as we've ever been. So really impressed with the work that they put in this summer.
Coach, we've asked you a lot about the quarterback position and establishing a number one guy, but when you look at the running back room, kind of what goes into deciding who leads that group?
Same thing, same evaluation as every position. Running backs, receivers, we have some new faces there, right? So it's going to be a process. You're not going to know anything on day 1, 2, 3. We get in the pads and it starts becoming real football. Then you can make a true evaluation on what's going on. But the young guys have done a really nice job, which there are some young guys in the backfield they've done a really nice job of learning over the summer. And so didn't see any mental mistakes today. And so that's number one, is try to make sure that they understand what they're doing and play fast.
One of those new guys is Devin Rivers. Did you kind of catch yourself? He looks so much like his brother.
He looks just like him. I mean, everything about him. Except he's bigger. He's bigger than Ronnie when Ronnie first came in. So he's put together pretty well. But as far as the way he runs and maneuvers and his football instincts, it's Ronnie all over.
We asked about the team being back and the excitement with them. How are you feeling being back? I saw you catching some passes with your quarterbacks. How are you feeling?
I feel great. Yeah, I'm as excited as I've ever been coaching. Excited about the team, excited about the staff. Really, I feel great physically. And, so really looking forward to getting 23 going.
Couldn't help but notice 5 minutes into this practice, they're all practicing tackling. How important is it to kind of just get to the basics on the first day of camp?
Well, we always do that on day one. It's really important to teach fundamentals of tackling. Everybody on the team is going to be put in a position at some point to tackle, and you have to teach how to tackle, so that for injury's sake, as much as anything, to make sure that we know where our head placement is, we're a shoulder tackling team. And so very important to teach the fundamentals and techniques of tackling on day one, and we'll do it again tomorrow as well.
And I kind of see how that's part of your preparation. You're always known for your preparing and for being ready for every single situation. What made you like that as a coach?
What makes me like that?
Yeah, as a guy who always prepares for every single situation, like last year against San Diego State.
I don't know, maybe trial and error. Been doing it a long time. Those mistakes are painful, so you try to prepare for those.
Take one more question. Justin?
Coach, you know it's a new year, new team, but you have the third longest win streak in the country, and you did something last year no one's done it before. Is there a value for this team of that experience? Do you see something that what you did last year does for them as they start this year?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. You know, really, probably the main thing is overcoming adversity. Because there's one thing that's guaranteed is there's going to be adversity at some point. Whether it's in the middle of the first quarter, whether it's in the third quarter, whatever it is, there's going to be adversity. So you're guaranteed of that always. And so how to respond to adversity, I think, is a really good lesson for this team.